Mrs. Carly White, representing the Metropolitan Fire Service, and Detective Sergeant Merv Yazalu, representing SAPOL. Thank you all for being here this evening, and I'd now like to request our volunteers to come up to the stage. Deepti, Ritu, Radha, Sonia Verna, Ramita Rajpal and Vandana Paul. They will tie Raksha Sutra to our representatives from agencies which protect and look after Australians. Let us collectively bless them and pray for their protection while these men and women care about our entire community.
Our ceremony is to actually bless the people who actually defend and look after our interest in Australia. And this is called, I'm holding my wrist as well for those who don't know. And this is something that a priest or people, someone who loves ties to us and blesses us. So while I would request the volunteers to please proceed to tie the rakshas to our armed forces and paramedics and SAPOL representatives, and I'll read a mantra. Yena Baddo Bali Raja Dan Vendro Mahabala Ten Dwaman Barnami Rakshe Machala Machala. And this mantra is basically to bless the people that were serving us.
To being tied, I'd like to dedicate a few lines to our heroes who have committed themselves to protecting our community. Throughout these years, you have done so many things for us. It helps us know, deep down inside, how much you care. We may not say it every day, but we admire you a lot. We feel richly blessed to have heroes like you in our community. Now, while we're handing out some gifts, I'd like to ask our dignitaries to remain on the stage, and if everyone in the room can please collect the raksha, the thread that's been given to you on the tables, and if you can stand and find someone you don't know so you can tie it on their wrist. So just collect the thread on the table in front of you and stand up and find someone you don't know. You might need to move tables. Oh no, you're going to put it on. That's okay. So when you're tying it, you tie it on a woman's left wrist and you tie it on a man's right wrist. And while you're tying it, Rajendra will recite another mantra.
Yena Baddo Bali Raja Dan Vendro Mahabala Ten Dwaman Barnami Rakshe Machala Machala.
You can see it on the screen and repeat after me. I am tying this Rakhi as a promise to look after you and to protect you. And together we take the pledge to protect and work for the prosperity of Australia. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, invited guests, thank you from me as well, and I would like to take this opportunity to reaffirm that it is very, very nice to have received the thanks of the community, and we look forward to continuing to work with the community here and everywhere else in Australia to make sure that we all can share in a bright and wonderful future. Thank you.
Festival. I feel the gratitude to have this unique opportunity to bridge my cultural heritage with my service in the Royal Australian Air Force. Shukriya.
To our distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the SA Service, I'm pleased to reiterate to you all that it's our pleasure and our privilege, in fact, to serve you as a wider community. So your gratitude is very much appreciated. I want to share with you.
invitation to attend this evening. It's an honour and great privilege. We at the Metropolitan Fire Service pledge our ongoing support and commitment to the community of South Australia for our work in prevention, preparedness, response and recovery.
नमस्ते भाइयों और बहनों। इस राखी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। साउथ ऑस्ट्रेलिया पुलिस की ओर से हमारे शहर में आपको स्वागत करता हूँ। आपकी और इस शहर की हिफाजत हमारा फर्ज है और ये फर्ज हम निभाएंगे।
I think they deserve another big round of applause, please.
Thank you very much. We appreciate you being here this evening. So if I can have your attention, I request H.O.T.A to welcome the Honourable Zoe Beddison and thank her for her presence today. They'll be presenting her with a VHP scarf and a bouquet of flowers. And while they do that, I will tell you a little bit more about the Minister. She was elected to the South Australian Parliament as the member for Ramsay in 2012, and she became a Minister in 2014 and worked on progressing the South Australian Government's reform agenda on ageing, multicultural affairs, social housing and youth. During her time as Minister, she made energy bills cheaper for concession holders, introduced the cost of living concession, tripled the budget for multicultural affairs and gave people living in retirement villages a stronger voice. The Honourable Zoe Beddison is focused on building back the visitor economy from the uncertainty and impacts of COVID-19. She has a long-standing interest in education, training and business investment. Participation in the economy for all South Australians is a key driver for her interests in politics. So please join me once again in welcoming the Honourable Zoe Beddison.
Namaste. I'd like to acknowledge that the land we're meeting today is the traditional lands of the Kaurna people and that we respect their spiritual relationship with their country. To the Honourable Jim Lee, MLC, Shadow Minister for Multicultural South Australia, Adriano Christopoulos, Chair, South Australian Multicultural Commission, and Adelaide Henderson Sophia, President of the Jewish Councils of South Australia. And of course, I cannot miss out Vijanja Pandu, President of the VHP of Australia and the South Australian Chapter, a member of the South Australian Multicultural Commission. To many of the leaders here today, can I start by saying thank you. Thank you for giving back to your community, to show your leadership and your commitment to your faith. You are growing in numbers every single day, and to see you represented here tonight brings me great warmth. But it's my thanks to you to say thank you for the work that you do. Happy Rasha Banda. It's wonderful to be here representing the Premier of South Australia, Peter Malinauskas. He's unable to join you today but sends his apologies and best wishes. This is a wonderful celebration, holding a special place in the hearts of many Hindus all over the world. It is not only about love and affection between siblings. It celebrates the mutual respect and responsibility that characterises this special bond. As a sister and a mother, I appreciate the important bond between siblings. Relying on the lifelong friendship and support of our siblings is a great source of comfort in challenging times. And that's what the threads we exchange tonight symbolise. With the Raksha Sutra thread, sisters are reminding their brothers that they will always be there and they will want the best for them long into the future. And in return, brothers pledged to protect their sisters from harm. For centuries, Hindu siblings have made these promises to each other. What a very powerful reminder of the strong ties that bind our own Hindu community here in South Australia, our proud multicultural state. I commend the H.O.T.A of Australia, South Australian chapter, for hosting this festival, and through many ways it helps make our society a more inclusive, culturally aware place to live. The South Australian Government deeply appreciates the ongoing contribution of our proud multicultural community. And we know that South Australia has a very long history of welcoming Indian people to our shores. Indian migrants continue to help our state open doors to new investment opportunities and contribute to the economic growth and diversity of our society. As Raj touched on, in the last census, the South Australian people of Indian ancestry numbered 45,000, and that's up from 27,500 only a census ago.
Now, Magistrate Pandya is not able to attend tonight's event, but her eldest daughter, Millie Pandya McGrath, and Sarojini are here. Millie is now going to come up to the stage, as you can see, to accept the award on behalf of her mother. So please give a big round of applause to acknowledge the contribution of Magistrate Jayanti Pandya. And I think Millie is going to say a few words on behalf.
I've said some brief words on behalf of my mother. I am humbled to receive the Hindu Ratna Award. Congratulations to those who were also considered. No doubt their contributions were equally as worthy. If I am correct, the name of the award translates to a Hindu jewel or precious gem. In my mind, the jewel is being born in Indian. My parents, Bachchu Bai and Gauri Pandya, migrated to Australia in 1969. They cleared the path for Indians who followed. They understood the delicate balance of practicing and holding onto their culture and religion against the need to assimilate themselves and their children. When I was young, it seemed that we moved seamlessly between being all things Indian and all things Western. As I feel now, as I felt then, wholly Indian and wholly Australian. Perhaps times were simpler then. But the path for so many Indian migrants has been and continues to be complicated and testing. We should each feel compelled to keep clearing the path for those behind us, to inform, advocate, educate, support, role model and encourage where we can, with respect and vigour. Thank you to those who made the decision to recognise me. I am sincerely honoured, and I wish you all the best for a successful evening.
Office, she's the mother of 4 children, aged 17 to 24, 3 of whom are daughters, understanding and recognising the role that women in justice is challenging the H.O.T.A Award. It's given to recognise significant achievement by a Hindu woman and her service to the wider community of South Australia. So for 2023, the Tejavini awardees are Sanjana Mahindra Balunj, and now I'd like to request Sanjana Mahindraji to come to the stage to accept the award. Dedicated community member of the Adelaide Savarjanik Ganeshotsuv Samiti, and has eagerly volunteered her time every year on event days in assisting with catering organisation in the kitchen and food distribution. Mamata Deva. I request Mamata Deva to please come to the stage to accept the award. She is the first woman Vice President for H.O.T.A, and she looks after the women welfare activities in the association. Mamata activities and its membership, and she plays a key role in acknowledging the volunteers in the association. So please give one more big round of applause to Mamata Shah from the Vaishnav Sangh of Adelaide. Adelaide is serving Mahaprasad in its monthly satsang and utsav. Trukdiben is one of the great volunteers from the Prasadi team who helps in cooking and preparing Mahaprasad for larger numbers of Vaishnavas in spite of having a very busy schedule from her work as well as family. The contributions of senior volunteers in South Australia for their long-term service to the community. In 2023, the Agastya Award goes to Sanjay Basant Raje, that started its journey more than 12 years ago. Sanjay has been a long-term volunteer and supports all events and initiatives organised by ASGS federations here in Australia. The Agastya Award goes to Sri Kailasnath Sriram and CEO of engineering company IPAX Australia as well. He mentors and guides the youth and upcoming leaders in the Telugu community for carrying forward the Telugu culture and traditions. He played a key role in preserving and promoting Telugu culture and festivals in South Australia. In addition, he organises the Sri Rama Kalyanam and Maha Shivaratri festivals in Ganesh Temple every year. So congratulations, Kailashnath Ji. Is the Abhimanyu Award, given to the most dedicated youth volunteers in South Australia. For 2023, the Abhimanyu awardees are... Sorry, I don't have enough hands. Sia Atul Bhadraja, Adelaide Sabatini Ganesh-T-A Samiti event every year. Not just as a performer, but also as a volunteer. In 2020, at the age of 10, she used her basic skills to create signs for the ASGS event, while also assisting with the distribution of prasad. Award goes to Prashant Reddy Karni. Prashant is a young and dynamic student leader who brings student issues to discuss on board during the H.O.T.A meetings. He plays a key role in helping the students in securing accommodation and provides guidance in getting their part-time jobs. Prashant is very passionate in photography and videography, and the award goes to Aishwarya Shrikant. At 13, she initiated a chess club for the community. She came up with an idea, presented it to the president, answered all the questions, and insisted that she would raise funds for the organisation through the chess coaching that she will provide. She plans to run chess tournaments, and what is even more amazing is that she's doing it all by herself. Arpit Chhabra, to the Nirankari mission as youth volunteers. Arpit regularly organises and conducts activities not only on the mission, but is also very active in other social groups and helping everyone wherever he gets an opportunity. We do have a few more awards to give out. And I'm just going to quickly check, it's almost 8 p.m. If you do see some food coming out, we are serving food, so please enjoy it. We will continue to present the awards while the food comes out. It will be a pure vegetarian and sattvic dinner, and it will be served on your tables by volunteers to the Hindu community. Jingli was elected to the Legislative Council in the South Australian Parliament in 2010, and she was appointed the Assistant Minister to the Premier in the Marshall Government in March 2018. She was the first Malaysian-born Chinese migrant to be elected to the South Australian Parliament, and she arrived in Adelaide with her family in 1979 and has been actively involved in South Australia's multicultural sector since that time. She attends hundreds of festivals, ceremonies and business events every year and looks forward to strengthening our multicultural sector, the arts and the South Australian community.
And before I start my speech, can you put your hands together for Stacey Lee, who's done a fantastic job and looking amazing in her sari, just gorgeous. Thank you so much, Namaste everybody, and thank you for quiet down. We can channel our spirits in this wonderful way. I also acknowledge the Honourable Zoe Battison, the Minister here, and of course all the distinguished guests, our frontline heroes and servicemen and women. I'd like to acknowledge the convener, H.O.T.A, convener Rajendra Pandey, who started this Raksa Bandhan festival. You kind of created it. First, 6 years ago, first of its kind in South Australia, and continue to get, of course, support from all the brothers and sisters from the Hindu community and the community leaders that have supported you. Thank you so much for your work and all your committee's work, all the volunteers of BHP, as well as today we heard from Mr. Johar as well from JBSM, so thank you as well for being the H.O.T.A Forum host together with BHP.
Lee, for your kind and inspiring words. The Year Award, and it's given to volunteers for their outstanding contribution to the Hindu community in South Australia. In 2023, through the H.O.T.A Volunteer Awards, we'll recognise several eminent volunteers in the Hindu community for our state. Volunteer of the Year 2023 award goes to Sri Rama Krishna Vangipurapu. Continued commitment of time and effort, devoting selflessly to the local community organisations by volunteering at various events. The Volunteer of the Year 2023 award goes to Sri Rajai Kumar Reddy Kuninti, volunteering for all the ATA activities and events over the last 10 years, organising the Bathukama Festival, ATA Telangana Formation Day, Adelaide Bonalu and ATA Vana Bojanalu, I think. He's a very hard-working person who shares his innovative ideas for the community service. He also goes to Sri Mantra Govinda Das, Brahmin priest at ISKCON Adelaide Temple. He is a Brahmachari order of life for the last 35 years and leads a strict and pure life. He performs various regular services at the ISKCON Temple of Adelaide with complete faith and devotion. He has skills and knowledge to perform pujas for various ceremonies and rituals and is also the temple's head cook. The award goes to Sri Sivakumar Krishnan, working for the Hindu business community. He literally works day and night for the Hindu Economic Forum and is more enthusiastic about helping businesses succeed than the business people themselves. Ideas including Australia-India marketing services and refugee and migrant support services and many more to attract more students and tourists to South Australia. Congratulations, Sivakumarji. Volunteer of the Year 2023 award goes to Sri Srikanth Sainathan. Srikanth Ji is the Vice President of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad of Australia and is the backbone of all IT operations. His H.O.T.A Volunteer of the Year 2023 award goes to Sri Venkatesh Gopal. Practice physical training session every Saturday for people who want to join the ADF. His hard work made sure that BHP Cricket Club was able to expand to 3 junior girls teams, and he also runs the Hindu Premier League tournament each year. H.O.T.A Volunteer of the Year 2023 award goes to Srimati Sudhakiran Kandel Satkota. Sudha is a dedicated volunteer of the Adelaide Nepali Vidyalaya. In addition to her administrator role, she's made a significant contribution in researching various teaching materials and supporting volunteer teachers at Vidyalaya. Congratulations, Suraji. The year 2023 award goes to Srimati Laxmi Akarya Sakota. Society to various multicultural platforms and connecting communities. Congratulations, Laxmi Ji. Next H.O.T.A Volunteer of the Year 2023 award goes to Shri Mitesh Bhai Patel. Son of Adelaide is the Hindu community of South Australia, and they are grateful to Mitesh Bhai for performing his duties by working very hard, sincerely and loyally as a volunteer. Next H.O.T.A Volunteer of the Year 2023 award goes to Shri Madan Lalgur. He's in India. He keeps on guiding the organisations all the time. The beautiful Bhawan which JDSM has brought by him from India. He's devoted all of his life to social and religious causes, and he's been organising big religious events and community food distribution for more than 45 years, where hundreds of thousands of devotees participate. The next H.O.T.A Volunteer of the Year 2023 award goes to Shri Mangal Shadar. And we know in Adelaide that's a long way. So well done and congratulations, Mangal Shadar Ji. One more big round of applause. Awards this evening. Feels like it's the Logies of the Hindu community of South Australia. It's been a very exciting night. I'd now like to hand over to Rajendra Pandey, and he's got a little bit more to go.
When it comes to the relationship between the Hindu community and what we do with the others. So I would like to invite a couple of people here on the stage quickly. First of all, on my list is Adriana Christopoulos. Adriana, can you please come on the stage? And can everyone give her a big round of applause? And I'll tell you why. Adriana has been very helpful to the Hindu community. She provides guidance and support and attends almost all our events. She recently helped us support an organization which was being threatened by a radical group, and together we have resolved or attempted to resolve any problems. We often work together in the background and try to keep things humming for our community. So thank you, Adriana. Say a few words.
Look, thank you so very much. It's a pleasure and a delight to be here. I acknowledge the Minister for Multiculturalism, the Honourable Zoe Benison. I acknowledge the Honourable Jean Lee, Shadow Minister for Multiculturalism, and obviously the Shadow Deputy Leader in the Upper House. Our Defence Forces, Raj, I acknowledge you as a member of our South Australian multicultural communities. But who I really acknowledge is the mums and dads and the parents in this room who bring their children and ensure that your language, your religion, your culture is translated into the next generation. You have done a wonderful job. I'm very proud to see wonderful, young, beautiful children who have taken on the culture that we were all born with, a culture, and you've taken on to the next generation. That is exactly what it's all about. So bringing that on and teaching your children all those wonderful things, especially the language, especially the religion, the culture, onto the next and the next generation. This is your hard work paying off. So congratulations to all of you. Well done, and I look forward to many generations